Hi everyone. I thought I'd do another Divine Masculine check-in this week because not last night but the night before I had to get out of bed in the middle of the night because I couldn't sleep because of the energy that was around, and it was definitely the energy of the Divine Masculine. I knew it wasn't my energy, I knew it wasn't my anxiety, and I just felt something was going on with him. So we know that he's in a time of change. We know that he's planning. We know that gradually people around him are realizing that he's not happy in the situation he's in. So let's see what is happening with him over the last few days, because as I say, if his energy was sort of anxious energy, if you like, that's the energy I was feeling, then it feels like things are happening, or at least happening within his thought processes. So let's see, what's this one? The Sacred Temple. He's being guided home, basically. You know, the Sacred Temple is like the epitome, the place you need to be. He's being guided home. Here again is this planning and action card. So he's very much got, you know, his inner spirit is very, very strongly working at the moment. He is really being drawn towards what brings him ultimate peace, what makes him feel very much at home. And, you know, this is probably why he's not sleeping. He's awake at night. He's planning. We saw this the other night in the last Divine Masculine read I did. Yeah, look, no wonder I'm being woken up. Dark thoughts. So he's still stressing about this particular situation, you know. He knows he's got this strong calling to feel at total inner peace, to be called home, but he's trying to plan the way forward. And we saw in the last reading I did that there are obstacles in his way still, that he's trying, that I think in the last reading we had the family card, which very much features children. So for some of the Divine Masculines, there could well be a family situation that is meaning that he's having to plan extremely carefully. And it's giving him a lot of stress. He's having a lot of dark thoughts about this. He's having a lot of stress, a lot of worry. Let's see what else. What else, please, Spirit? How is the Divine Masculine? Yeah, look. He's feeling trapped in a way. I say in a way because he has this rope around his hand and it trails all the way down here. But as far as I can see, it doesn't actually lead anywhere. It doesn't look like it's even anchored anywhere. But, you know, in his thoughts, he's feeling like a victim. He's feeling powerless. He feels like the clock is ticking. Look at this egg timer here. He's feeling like the clock is ticking and he needs to take this action that he's been planning. And, you know, we have the clock there. We said the other day, this is all in divine timing. And look at this building. It's like he wants the stability, the security of feeling like he's in his proper home, you know. And I don't mean that in a sort of a materialistic way. I mean, it's where he feels the most peaceful. And he knows that that's with you. Look at this outpouring of emotion that we have here, you know. His emotions are just pouring. He knows that he wants to make a move. He knows that emotionally that's what he needs to do. He feels that his emotions are running away with him because the clock is ticking, and yet he's feeling as though someone is tying him down to a situation. So he's very much seeing himself as a victim at the moment, you know, which is why, you know, these dark thoughts are here. He doesn't know quite how to get through this situation, but it hasn't stopped him from trying to plan. It's sad to see all those emotions just flowing. You know, he's feeling overwhelmed at the moment. Spirit, how else? Can we have 8 cards? Can we have 8 here? I don't know. Let's see. Spirit, what? Thank you. Yeah, look, all he's wanting is peace. And the fact that that's come out underneath the secret temple, the sacred temple, it's interesting that I slipped there and said the word secret, because it's almost like he's planning without letting, you know, some of the people around him, especially if he's in a karmic relationship, he's trying not to let that person know what his plans are in case they're sabotaged. So the fact that I said secret temple, if he is planning to return to you, Divine Femme, then, you know, he's coming home. It is a sacred, a divine relationship. But, you know, I called it secret then by mistake, simply because, not that there's ever a mistake, but, you know, it was a slip of the tongue because he's trying to keep it secret from somebody else. But all he wants is this peace. We have two swans here, you know, this loving connection. He wants to be feeling grounded, feeling home, feeling spiritually at peace. That is what he's aiming for. And I don't get the feeling that he's feeling that in his present situation. So what else, please? What else, please, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, look, he knows the only thing that's going to bring him that peace is his true love, you know? And that's you. I mean, here we see a reflection. Now, isn't this interesting? If you think about the twin flame connection, we mirror each other all the time. The divine masculine, the divine feminine, constantly mirroring each other. And, you know, here's this girl, one soul, but seeing herself in the mirror, you know? He knows that only his true love can bring him this peace, can help him to feel like he's truly home. And this is why he's planning his way forward. But what else, please? How else is the divine masculine feeling? Okay, so at the moment he's... this is interesting because he's actually feeling great gratitude. You know, he's thankful for what's around him. He's thankful for the opportunities he's had. If he has got children, you know, or he has had, you know, the karmic relationship when it started may have been something that he felt was really good for him. And he's thankful for what he's been given. But maybe this is what he's wrestling with in his consciousness, because we have two ends of the spectrum here. We have his dark thoughts, but his gratitude. And it's almost like he's beating himself up because he's saying to himself, why am I feeling so bad when what I'm being presented with on the surface of it is actually pretty good? But I'm not at peace with it. So why am I feeling bad? Why am I feeling like this? It's almost like he's beating himself up for not being grateful for what he's already got. But he knows he's not at peace. He's not got that inner peace. So, you know, it's no wonder that he's feeling this stress, feeling like he can't escape. You know, what else, please, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, he's really, really ready to sort of go on and discover new things, new experiences, you know, things that shine in his life, you know. He's ready to accept that. He wants to go out and explore, really, you know. He wants to escape this victim mentality. And it's interesting that we have water here and we have water flowing there. You know, it's almost like he wants to escape from this room out into where the emotion is, but this emotion is more settled because this water is more settled. And once he's there, he can plan, you know, to find that nugget in life that actually lights his soul, you know. And he knows where he wants to be. He's known it for ages, but he is really struggling with that situation. They've just said the word controlling to me, so he may well have someone around him, whether it's a family member, a friend, or a karmic relationship. Whatever it is, it's controlling him at the moment, or they are controlling him, I should say. So, let's have another look at this. Let me use some of these. I want to use these Oracle for some reason. They just leapt out at me, so let's use them. What can you tell us about the sacred temple? Why is the divine masculine feeling the need for the sacred temple, please? Why is he feeling that draw within to bring himself home? What is this about, please? Yeah, look, you know, he's been asking for spiritual guidance. He's certainly been getting spiritual guidance. We know that the angels and spirit are working very strongly with the divine masculines at the moment. They are guiding him home. So, you know, he's been asking for spiritual advice, especially if he's feeling trapped and his emotions are all over the place. He's been asking for their guidance, whether it be God, whether it be the universe, you know, whether he's just saying to himself out loud, please, please, whoever's listening, please help me find a way forward. You know, do you want me to take that, Spirit? Yes. Yeah, look, he is planning, Divine Fems, you know. We know he's planning. We know there's a timing issue here. He's having to take it a step at a time. And I do think that's because he's trying to keep the peace. You know, he is trying to come out of his current situation with the best outcome. So, you know, he's having to take it step by step. He can't just rush. He can't just say, do you know what, I'm leaving, and walk out. Because I do think there may be family issues here that are impacting on his ability to move forward more quickly. So why are the dark thoughts here, please? What are the dark thoughts about, Spirit? Thank you. Yeah, look, he's desperate to find the light. He's desperate to actually, you know, be in a brighter place. He is very much in his head at the moment, very much in the darkness. And I do think in his current situation, he's having to pretend that things are okay. He's having to go out and perhaps be the one that is, you know, jovial and I hesitate to say fun because I don't think he's in the fun mindset at the moment. But, you know, he's acting as though everything's okay. He's bringing light to others. You know, others think that everything is okay. But in actual fact, that is a pressure for him, you know, because he is feeling like he's in the darkness at the moment in his thinking. Look at the colours of these cards. They're all sort of dark blue, dark green. They're all sort of like, regardless of their positive messages, in some ways they're they feel heavy, even though, you know, these steps are helping him move forward. This one, not so much in that context, but, you know, he is moving forward, but it feels like they've just said to me, walking through treacle. So yeah, that's how it's feeling. So why do we have this victim mentality for the divine masculine, please? Why do we have this victim mentality? Yeah, look, he's desperate to just start anew. He feels like a lot of what he's dealing with is out of his control, and therefore he feels like it's been, whatever is happening is being done to him rather than him have control of it. So he's just desperate to fly the nest. He's desperate to grow from this caterpillar into this butterfly. He's desperate to have this new start that he's been planning, you know. At the moment, it's pretty unbearable for him. Regardless of what you're seeing, if you bump into your divine masculine at the moment, or you see things on social media, you know, what he's doing is shining a light still in that area because he's trying to keep the peace, you know. But in actual fact, this is how he's feeling, you know. He is desperate to get out. He's desperate to start anew. And, you know, remember, from the outside, Divine Femmes, sometimes we say, oh, why doesn't he just do it? You know, just step up. But in actual fact, we don't truly know what he's dealing with at the moment. We have an idea, but, you know, we don't truly know what's happening. People never know what's happening behind closed doors. So, you know, we have to give him the benefit of the doubt and send him all the loving energy we can to help him have the strength to move forward. So what about the peace card, please? What can you tell us about this, Spirit? Yeah, he wants to have joy in his life. Look, he wants to feel peaceful, you know. Look at this balloon flying high into the clouds, just, you know, happily drifting away in peacefulness. Everything about this card is peaceful. He just wants to be able to laugh again. It's almost like the joy has gone out of his life at the moment, you know. He feels the energy is very stressy. The last few Divine Masculine reads I've done, I've had a real bad headache by the time I've finished the reading. In fact, a couple of the readings I think I've had to pause while I try and ask Spirit to lift the headache. My head at the moment is feeling a little bit heavy, but it's not as bad as it was. So, you know, he really is in this mindset of wanting to move forward and just have some fun. He feels like he's dealing with, you know, heaviness at the moment. So why do we have true love here? What's the true love energy about, please? Yeah, look at this. This is what he wants. He wants to walk towards his true love with his love offer in the hope that his true love, i.e. the Divine Feminine, will say yes, you know? He worries about that too, as we've said in previous readings. He worries that you might not say yes, Divine Femme. But, you know, he's ever hopeful because he knows you're his true love. He's realising that now. You may have known it for quite a long time, but the Divine Masculine has, you know, been going through Dark Night of the Soul. He's going through his awakening, you know, and he now realises what this connection is. He may not necessarily know the terminology around twin flames, divine masculines, divine feminines. Some of them will, but some of them won't. And, you know, but he knows the feeling. He realises now. And for those that are in karmic relationships, and this isn't a karmic read, but for those that are in karmic relationships, bear in mind that, you know, he had to go through the karmic relationship to truly understand his connection with you, Divine Femme. It was one of his biggest lessons. And now he's just trying to figure out a way to move on from that so that he can come back and, you know, come forward with this loving offer in the hope that a Divine Femme will say yes. So what is the gratitude card here for, please? What is the gratitude card here for? Thank you. Yeah, he was thankful for the experience of the situation he's currently in, whether that's a karmic relationship or whether that's, you know, just something else. Maybe he took a job offer that was a distance away, or maybe he's just withdrawn himself from loving relationships. You know, you all know your circumstances. But, you know, he was very thankful for it in the beginning, and he's thankful for what he's learnt from it. But now he's rebelling because he does not want to be there anymore. And you see, this card is always very significant to me, because here we have this person trying to stop the plans of the Divine Masculine. Here he is trying to move forward, be rebellious, say, no, I'm not putting up with a situation where I'm not happy anymore. And here is somebody, whether this be a karmic, whether this be a family member, or, you know, just somebody that thinks they know what's best for his life, standing in the way and saying, no, you're not going, you know? What is interesting about the gratitude card is, in the reading we did the other night, we saw that some of the people who are around the Divine Masculine are beginning to give him some sort of support, because they're realising that he's actually not happy. And this is another thing that he'll be feeling gratitude for, because he doesn't have to keep up this pretense in front of that close group of people, whoever they may be. It might be just one person, it might be just a friend that's noticed that they're not actually happy. But, you know, he's feeling thankful for that. You know, we see all these little birds around here, you know, that are listening to what he has to say. But as he's trying to rebel from the current situation, somebody's stopping him. So although he's got a person or some people supporting him, he's got others that are trying to stop him from moving forward. So I'm just beginning to get a headache. So there's something about this situation just here that is bringing me a big headache. It could well be that, because a lot of you have been contacting me and saying that you're also struggling with headaches that you didn't understand at the moment. So, you know, I really feel that we're picking up the energy of the divine masculine as he's trying to push forward. And you know, when you know, there's that expression about banging your head against a brick wall, that's kind of how it's feeling. I do feel that we're picking up the frustration of the divine masculine as he's trying to push forward and clarify his thinking even more, you know, trying to make these plans, trying to push through the objections that he's got and the people that are stopping him from moving forward. I think we're picking up that energy at the moment. In fact, I'm pretty sure if it's got to the stage where he woke me up and I had to actually come and draw a card to find out what was wrong, you know, then... And what was interesting is these two cards, the dark thoughts and the victim mentality, they were the cards that came up when I pulled them a couple of nights ago. I didn't do the reading yesterday because I just didn't feel in the right headspace to be able to do it. But those were the two cards that came up a couple of days ago. So he's obviously really deeply feeling these negative thoughts and this frustration, and I do think that's why we're getting headaches. So my headache is now developing, which is interesting. Let's continue. Thank you, Spirit. You want me to... Okay. Yeah, look, they wanted me to take 2 there, and, you know, how significant are they? For those of you that have been watching the channel for a while, we've seen that this divine masculine, or some of the divine masculines, I should say, but this one whose life we've been following seems to be seeking help, guidance, support from some sort of expert. I don't like the word expert, but, you know, somebody who isn't just a friend. Sometimes this card can be a card of a friend who gives good advice, but here I've felt for the last few readings when this card has come up, it's felt like the divine masculine is seeking professional help, whether that be from a counsellor, it could be legal help, but I do get the feeling it's more about emotional support for the divine masculine. As I say, those of you who followed have watched a few of my divine masculine reads will have actually seen this card come up several times. I do think that he's getting some sort of help and support. And, you know, we saw him a couple of readings ago, you know, beginning to speak his truth. And maybe that's why the people around him are realizing that he's not happy. And, you know, maybe this process that he's going through, and for some of them, they may not sort of be going for counselling appointments or such. Some of them will be, because I do get that strong feeling. But others may be reading articles on the internet, you know, about, you know, the sort of emotional support they need or the particular circumstances they're in. They may be taking advice that way from, you know, people who are experienced and give advice on the internet. You know, but it's almost like, you know, here, I mean, this is very much about a diamond, and I talked about finding something that will help him shine his light. It's almost like, you know, by his self-discovery through talking this issue through or getting advice is what's going to lead him to this, you know, finding his, I want to say gold nugget. I know it's not gold, but it's a similar feeling, you know, that nugget that will help release him from the struggles that he's having. Because it will help him uncover his truth. And look at this. This is the card that came out with the expert card. Connect with your soul family. So for some of them, they may well be watching readings on the internet. You know, they may be having spiritual input. They may be talking to a church leader. They may be talking to, you know, a medium or a psychic. They may be getting that type of advice, you know. Or they may simply be talking to other people that are in a similar set of circumstances that they're in, you know, and sharing that experience helps them to find a way forward. So, you know, interesting stuff. I do feel there's real growth going on for the divine masculine at the moment. So, what do we have, please? What are the bits of advice? I was just going to say, what are the Spirit are always a step ahead of me. I think I'm too slow for their liking. I was just asking in my head and was then verbalizing, what advice would you give for the Divine Feminine? And this is the card that fell down. Great big love, Divine Feminine, you know. The Divine Masculine knows that you are the love of his life. He knows it, you know. So there is love here. If you're not in contact, you'll be thinking, especially if they're in some sort of karmic situation or stuck situation as it appears to you, you may think that's, you know, he doesn't love me, but it's here, look. Great big love. Tender embrace. So all he wants is to come and give you a great big hug, Divine Feminine, you know. He wants that tender embrace. Because then that will bring him the feeling of the sacred temple, his spiritual home. He knows that you're his spiritual home. So, you know, he wants to bring this love in the hope you're going to say yes. He wants to have this tender embrace, you know. I've got a real thing at the moment about trying to get the cards straight. There's certainly something going on for me at the moment, I tell you. Let's see what else. What else can you tell the Divine Feminine, please, Spirit? Yeah, look, this always reminds me of the Ace of Cups. Great and full. This is about, you know, abundance, about feeling fulfilled, about everything falling into place, you know. And I always think this flower down here, it's got the look of, to me, and I'm not brilliant on knowing which flower's which, but it looks like a lotus flower to me. And it looks like, is it a lotus flower? Like a water lily type thing? There's no water on that card. If you're good with flowers, let me know what flower you think that is. But it looks like a water lily, but for some reason they said lotus. Is that the same thing? I don't know. I'm not good at naming flowers. But anyway, you know, look at this emotion again here. The water is always the emotion. And the Ace of Cups is, this reminds me of the Ace of Cups. And that's, you know, the beginning of a loving situation. So, you know, he's bringing love in. He wants that tender embrace with you. And he wants your love to grow together. Because he knows then you'll both feel fulfilled. Can we have another one, please, Spirit? I don't like 3 in a twin flame reading. Can we have another one, please? Oh, thank you. I need to drop them. Sorry, Spirit. Whoops, a daisy. Okay, they've given us 2 more and they've thrown them across the floor. Hang on. Hang on. Sorry, that's my slang English for you. Hang on. Okay, thank you, Spirit. So, look at this. Birds of a feather. Again, you know, this is about kindred spirits. It's about, you know, the soul family connection. Look at this. He knows where he belongs. He knows where he wants to be, you know. He knows that you understand him because you are birds of a feather, you know. You are, you know, he perhaps doesn't realise that you're actually one soul, but he sees that you both have this connection, this sort of, I was going to say similar outlook, but not necessarily. But, you know, he feels this really strong connection. He knows that you feel like he feels. So even if he doesn't understand why, he knows that you feel it. So you are birds of a feather in his eyes. And look at this. He wants to take the key and finally uncage his heart. Because he wants to bring you this great big love. This great big love that he's feeling. Look at it. This is a beautiful uncaging. It's time, he knows it's time to release this love and move towards you, Divine Femme. He knows it, and that's what he wants, and that's what he's working on. But yes, so that's why I now understand. That is why I understood it the other night when I saw the cards. But, you know, he was in a very, very dark place. But his plans are all for this really new start. So, yeah, onwards and upwards, Divine Femmes. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. I'm not going to do a mega long reading today, although I think this is already about half an hour. But yeah, if you enjoyed the reading, please drop a like down below as always. Thank you for watching. If there's any different sorts of videos you'd like to see, please let me know. Anything around the twin flames or anything else, just let me know. If you do want to look at your situation more personally, then please have a look down below, because I do have some spaces left before Christmas for personal readings, so do let me know. And yeah, please don't forget to subscribe. It really helps the channel. It doesn't cost you anything. It's all free. Yeah, you know the score. I always say it. Anyway, okay, take care, Divine Fems. And to anybody else who's watching, I hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll speak soon. Don't forget, for those of you who have a Divine Masculine in a karmic relationship, the karmic read will be on Sunday, UK time. Okay, take care, everyone. And we'll speak soon. Bye.